He keeps on referring to fish for some reason, and I swear it's because this dude has a small dick, obviously. It's good as fuck, though. Like, there's no denying that. There's no way around that, bro. I mean, like, if it's good, it's good. I'm really seeing a societal switch, though. Hopefully they're not doing anything nefarious with the plant-based alternatives. You're minding your own business. You're, you know, clearly not trying to invade, you know, nobody's face, but, you know, you happen to be in contact with, like, an aggressive animal. This is the dude who's saying that he doesn't cook for himself. So obviously he can't fucking cook, you know? So obviously the food that he's cooking is shit.
What are you putting in your body? Dead, carcass, pain, suffering, fear.
Fear. Stay in line, though.
Can I have...
Bro, this is so fucking funny. Why in the hell do they always make vegans look like this? Like, they just make them look like extra, like, hippie and typical, like... I guess you could say the same for... Well, yeah. I'm sure she's a vegan, too. All tatted up and... It's like a typical hipster, hippie type of vibe that they be giving out. It should just... I just find that fucking... stereotypes are true.
Have all of my vegans go into that pool of light and my non-vegans in that pool of light.
Well, some stereotypes.
First
are
statement,
true.
Taste plays a big factor in my eating choices.
I cannot stand when people argue this point. Like, there's no point to be made trying to say that there's even like a taste aspect to this argument. You know, like, if you're gonna say that, you know, like taste, that you're doing this specifically for taste, you know, meaning that something has to die to please your taste buds, then that's a very, I would say, psychological and, I mean, like, obviously it's a cultural problem, you know, because we've been raised in a society to even normalize some type of behavior like that. But to live in the age that we do in 2022, no, you should just be educated, especially depending on where you're from and whatnot. Like, if you can't afford, well, it's not even expensive to eat this way, you know? Like, if you're not vegan, at least be vegetarian and, you know, cut all that shit out of your diet.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge thing for me. I think it's one of my weaknesses, actually. Like, butter, salt, it's one of my weaknesses.
I can't even lie with them. Like, really. Because butter, first off, butter and salt, like, they increase the flavor of other things. They're like almost like MSG, if y'all know what MSG is. Like, yeah, I completely understand what he's saying, because salt definitely brings out the flavor and food.
And I think my relationship with food actually deepened when I became vegan. I don't think I appreciated it as much as I did before I was vegan.
Hell yeah.
My name is Aubrey Davis, and I have been vegetarian for 24 years and vegan for 13 years. And
her just saying that is because, like, look at the fucking vegans over there. I swear, this is exactly how I already knew who the vegans were, just from the typical, what do you call it, mainstream look that they try to give or whatnot. But yeah, I can definitely see where she's coming from, where as far as being more into your foods and whatnot, because you gotta realize, like, especially depending on where you live, like, it's not going to be readily available to you. And then even if you're getting it from an establishment, they might be overcharging it, so it might be too expensive, you know, just to be eating out every day, you know. So you have to make a lot of stuff from scratch, and then you start to learn about, like, different things that you know, like, you start figuring out, like, binders and, like, different things that, like, help you throughout, like the cooking process. I always say, like, I can cook a steak better than, you know, somebody who eats meat, you know. And that's just saying, like, basically I can cook better than like any meat eater. Like, I don't necessarily need to taste the food anymore because I literally know what I'm doing. You know, it's a science to cooking. Like, it's a, you know, that's why they have recipes, you know, because they work. Having that chemistry.
I believe that humans are the top of the food chain.
I mean, yeah. That's why we should be
Is
educated
human
enough.
at the same level of equivalence is like a fish.
Right.
That's probably a big reason why I'm not vegan anymore.
Right.
Because I didn't see that I had to see myself at a moral equivalent of a fish. And it gets.
Bro, this nigga must got a small dick, bro. I swear to God. What do you mean, bro? That you're on the same level as a fish? Ain't nobody said you had to be on the same level as a fish with your fucking small dick ass, bro. Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, nobody's talking about that. The whole point of bringing up the conversation of why is it, you know, moral or immoral to take a life of it's simply the act of taking a life, you know, like the fact that something's alive and now you're killing it, you know, for your personal pleasure, you know?
It's into moral questions like, you know, why should we have a pet that's a dog rather than eat the dog? And I think the most important question is, why should I love my neighbor rather than eat my neighbor? My name's Steve Michalski. I was a vegan for a year. I was a vegetarian for 2 years. I'm a meat eater now. I've been so for over 5 years.
Like, I don't even see, like, what...
So, going off the point that the dude in the black shirt just made, I didn't catch his name, but going off of his point, he just said he, you know, shouldn't, I guess, not mind eating fish because they're on a lower level as him. Now he's saying that he shouldn't eat his neighbor. So what if his neighbor, you know, was mentally disabled and was like literally on a lower level than him? Would he have the right to eat his neighbor? Like,
It is like a food chain, you know what I'm saying? That's just some construct some guy made and put a little diagram and put us human beings on the top, so.
I don't think it's a question of whether we're at the top.
well,
I think it's a question
dude,
of
we are at
what
the
do
top.
you
Like,
do
what the fuck?
with that?
There's no
if
argument
you
with
have a more conscious energy than an animal, what do you do with that power? Do you choose to take a life?
Yeah, I definitely fuck with her. Even though she looks like the typical mainstream hipster, you know, vegan. But I definitely fuck with her because she just hit it right on the head. Like, we're human. We should be able, since y'all want to say we're so smarter and more stronger and all this, you know, then we should be more educated on why we should make alternatives besides taking a life, you know? Because we're so smart.
Or do you choose to live in love?
I put a lot of thought into my meals.
The way I support my body and my health is extremely important. I don't find that I can function at my best, either healthy, productive, emotionally stable, or intellectually capable, unless I have a lot of proper nutrients in my diet. 6 years ago, I became vegan because I got sick. I started to realize that my health was directly attached to what I ate. Since then, my friends and family have supported me to feeling better, and I'm better than I was before I got sick.
I don't really like cook or anything, so I don't really put too much thought into what I eat, I guess.
I live a fast pace, kind of like I'm working late nights.
Ooh, bro. To that Asian dude, I feel sorry for him, bro. And the females that come over his house, bro. That's a damn shame. That boy say he don't cook, bro. So you eat out every day. Like, first off, that just, I can't be eating nobody food like that, bro. Even if it's eating out, like that shit, I'm just too damn picky. Like, that's exactly why I cook for myself and I cook the way that I do, because like, I'm just way too picky. And when I'm hungry, I'm fucking hungry. So I need a lot of food on my damn plate, bro. I don't need nobody like trying to skimp me or trying to, I need a whole bunch on my plate of some good ass food. That's what I need.
I'm waking up early, so sometimes it's easier to grab this quick processed sandwich or I wish I planned my meals out more. I think I would be a lot.
You can
feel a lot better.
grab that same
I think it's really
sandwich
powerful
vegan.
no matter what you're eating to put your intentions into, whether it's
grab
prayer,
orange
invocation.
or
There's just such great power in presence versus just like scarfing something down. But like, can I just really be present with this meal, take my time and chew it slowly? So that's the first thing that I resonate with and what I choose to do.
I would kill an animal.
I
think old boy, okay, and dude in the red shirt had walked up. Oh, and other, oh wow, all three of them fucking walked up. Okay, fucking assholes. Let's see what the fuck kind of excuse they got to say. If I can take a life. Why?
I think there'd be tons of context where I'd kill an animal. Like if a lion's gonna go kill a baby, I'd probably kill an animal. I'd kill an animal to save human life, and I get the vegans probably wouldn't do that.
Superman.
If I could do something to prevent killing them, besides eating them, like if I was protecting myself and we had like something that we could do to get that animal away.
Yeah, okay, I'm about to trigger y'all. Would I have the same thing saying me owning a slave? Would I say the same thing as me, saying, well, if I had to own a slave, then, I wouldn't do it, but, like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, no, it's an immoral act. Like, you're making an unfair situation and you're literally taking a life. So that's why it's bad. Can't make the argument.
I would definitely try to not kill it. I mean, I feel
But if it comes down to you or the animal, you killing the animal?
I would.
No, they're going to give up their life.
Okay, so now it's a fight.
Why is it always the extreme case when talking about would I kill an animal? Like, if you were in this situation.
There aren't lions running around downtown LA.
When I was into hiking, there's mountain lions that come and kill people. You've known that, right?
Yes.
That's an orange.
Bro, you could say that same thing. Like, their reaction, those meat eaters' reactions were basically like Karens, who, look at black people and be like, oh, they're running around, shooting up people and robbing people and committing crimes and shit. It's like, like, they do that with black people all the time, bro. So that's why, to be honest, I've just noticed a lot of certain shit in my life. And having the black experience in America, I just sympathize with, and not really sympathize, but I understand what why a lot of situations are what they are, and knowing that it doesn't have to be that way, So just doing my part that I can to try to make these situations that we have in this world a little bit better and a little bit easier for people who are oppressed. And people going with animals also. I include them in that category also.
County, totally. Right? That's not in the jungle in Africa.
It's not an everyday situation of would you kill an animal?
But it's Orange County. Mountain lions have killed hikers, kids.
Totally.
Would you just let them let the kid die?
We're hiking in the mountains and there's a mountain lion. I have to be aware of the fact that I'm in mountain lion territory and be like, I'm okay with the risk. Because to be honest, I'm not hiking with a gun. I have no way to defend my friend.
You don't hike with a hiking pole?
See, and this is the thing, bro. Like, this is exactly what I just got through saying. Like, please listen to me out there. If y'all are watching this video and you eat me, like, and you just heard, what was just said right now. Okay. So he's, the vegan dude said, you're literally in mountain lion territory walking around, like, be aware of your surroundings. Like, why are you, going in a place knowing, that there's a risk of you, being attacked because you're, in somebody else's environment. But with us as humans, we literally have this imperialistic mentality. Please listen to me, do not get triggered. We have this almost like a white supremacist, like imperialistic mentality that we can just go and take over anything and, invade anybody's space. And if they get mad for us invading their space, then they have to pay the consequences because we're humans. We got to get away from that mindset, because that mindset has created things like white supremacy. And that's why we have, situations like that in this world. It's that same mindset. It's the same concept. So if you get rid of that concept, you'll change people's mind. And it's really not that hard to understand. But you can get back to the video.
I mean, a hiking pole against a mountain lion?
I don't think you're winning.
I just want to say, like, even if I did, and even if my attempt were to be successful, I would feel awful having killed the mountain lion.
Well, your feelings are your foundation then for your beliefs then?
100%. Are human beings animals?
Now, I understand where that vegan dude's coming from, because it's like, okay, now if you're in a situation to where you're completely, doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're minding your own business, you're, clearly not trying to invade, nobody's space, but, you happen to be in contact with like an aggressive animal and then you have to defend yourself. It's just like being in a fight with a human. It's the same shit. You're in a situation where you have to defend yourself and you have to protect your life. It's not like you're intentionally going out and, looking for a fight or something, but if somebody attacks you, then yeah, come and defend yourself. There's no argument against that. But if you're being an asshole going around hiking and shit, act like you own the fucking forest and act like you're fucking, goddamn, what's that old boy name? The motherfucking Amazon rainforest, man. Oh, goddamn. Tarzan, that's what I'm talking about. Tarzan. But if you're walking around the woods and acting like Tarzan or acting like the rest of these dudes or whatnot, then you're going to, face the consequences. You should be aware of that as a human. So if we're so smart and we're so, so much better.
Yes.
Sure. Would you kill another human being to save another human being?
Yes.
What makes one person more valuable to another? Is it your relationship to that person?
It would probably be.
So if, for example, I raise an animal in the wild, it's like an animal I've built a relationship with, and that animal now threatens the life of a human being that I don't know, but I've known that animal its entire life. What makes killing that animal as just cause okay as opposed to saving that life? I have a longer relationship with that animal. Why would I kill the animal before I'd save that person?
Seriously though, like, he's hitting it like right on the nail. Like we gotta change people's mindsets, because it's like people like, I can understand, like, I guess, like from a certain place to, I guess, like our human evolution or whatnot, we've had to kill animals in the past, but for the most part in society right now, at least in America, we have it to where we can switch our diets to a vegan diet, and that would help out people's health, that would help out the environment, that would help out so many things. But we still have that culture, obviously, because there's corporations and whatnot making a lot of money who are involved, but I'm really seeing a societal switch though. Hopefully they're not doing anything nefarious with the plant-based alternatives. Knowing them, they are, but I do work at a grocery store, and I'm seeing a heck of a difference. There's way more a variety of choices, and I stay in a Republican state also, so there's way more variety of choices of food. It's getting a little bit easier to become vegetarian or vegan. Me personally, and I know a lot of vegans who are watching this are going to get mad about this. I don't really nitpick about the vegetarian, vegan. I would hope one day that you would be able to go completely vegan. But I mean, it really just depends on where you live, and if you're able to sustain yourself like that, and still live, comfortably or whatnot, because we just live in a world like that, Hopefully, when things switch over, we can still live comfortably and, be vegan and vegetarian.
Because it's about relationship.
You kill a person over an animal. That's
correct. Because I believe human beings are animals.
Now, I see humans at a different level, but maybe you value fish at the same level as a person. We see it very different.
I do.
Yep, and that's the thing. Like he does just see animals as less than him. That's what he said from the beginning of this video. That fish. He keeps on referring to fish for some reason, and I swear it's because this dude has a small dick, obviously. Like, he is so insecure that he has to get offended by being, like, I guess, compared somehow of being on the level as a fish, just because people are saying respect the fish and don't kill the fish and don't eat the fish. Like, that's all people are saying. Nobody is, like, personally attacking you and telling you that you're on the same level as a fucking fish, dude. Like, shut your small dick ass up, bro. God damn, dude.
It costs more than it should to eat healthy.
It's more expensive to eat healthy. I don't think it's too expensive. Farmer's market is something that I'm trying to frequent more, but sometimes, you can go spend $20 here and definitely not get as much. I definitely want to see that. Maybe that'll encourage people to eat a little healthier. If you can go grab that fresh fruit, those fresh veggies for $5-10,
I think our culture as a society is just ingrained towards like the fast food culture, which is cheap and accessible. But now I think we have more of a established like medical basis on what's healthy and what's not healthy. And to get that content and to have it be tasty as well is expensive.
I'm running in.
So what does he mean by saying that eating like with the same nutrients and the same taste, like I guess like having like premium taste and premium nutrients, that is more expensive? Like, that's a damn lie, bro. And this is the dude who's saying that he doesn't cook for himself. So obviously he can't fucking cook, So obviously the food that he's cooking is shit and isn't going to be premium, like the food that he gets from the restaurants, because he can't even fucking provide for him damn self. Like, this dude right here is just a bum, bro. This dude right here, he is obviously just a child and can't even. He probably, well, nah, because that would be racist. He probably fucking eats fucking ramen noodles all the fucking time, dude. God damn, just something easy to fucking throw in the microwave.
I have so much to say. It does not cost more money to be vegan. That is a myth. It takes plenty.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
the
you
convenience
so
is
much.
less. Can you
Thank
grab a hamburger at McDonald's? For sure, for 99 cents. But how much lentils can you buy? The issue is capitalism. Like, that is what is keeping us where we are.
I definitely fuck with baby girl right here. I definitely fuck with baby girl right here, bro. She is hitting it right on the head every time, man. And that's the problem, capitalism. Like, but working, just like I said, working in a place that I do and in the state that I live in, I definitely see a change. So hopefully people, like people's choices are, like affecting the change and, making a dent in grocery stores, so that they do offer, more alternatives and whatnot. And hopefully one day this will be looked at as something that's disgusting. something that just should be tolerated anymore.
We are. It's not that humans are smarter and they're going to come up with this technology. The technology exists. It is there. We can feed so many people. It is capitalism and factory farming.
And most of these companies that are selling us products that are like shitty food, they don't give a fuck about you at all, period.
At
Someone's
all,
sitting on the island
dude.
somewhere,
Like, seriously.
like just stacking bread.
And they're
all
probably
this fast food shit.
eating really healthy food too.
Yeah,
They're probably eating real good.
And none of their own
touch it.
products.
Yeah.
They're not eating any of that shit.
You go to certain neighborhoods, certain areas, you don't see the same fast food. You don't see the same restaurants. And it's all for a reason.
Accessibility.
I mean, yeah, that's a good point. It's like they don't have, why is there many health food stores in the hood? How come I can't like get an option? Why is there a liquor store everywhere?
So yeah, this is completely true. I'm not gonna lie. Luckily, I've been raised for the most part in a very nice part of Texas, and I currently still stay over here. But yeah, definitely depending on where you live at, that's probably why I see so many different alternatives in my store. Is because of the environment that I live in. I'm sure that does have a lot to play into it because I guess per se like living in the hood or whatnot, they wouldn't have all these options as far as like the meats and all that, well, I'm not even sure because to be honest, I haven't been to a grocery store in the hood and look for like vegan alternatives and whatnot lately. But most likely they're not going to have that, even though it's really not that much more expensive. And then, just like she was saying, you can buy lentils, you can get like, like canned vegetables and, actual vegetables and whatnot, produce, rice, all that shit is not expensive at all. So really all you need to do is just implement the vegan meat alternatives to these stores in the hood, and then that would, that would give them more options. But that'll be the only thing I could say. But yeah, a lot of people in the hood, I guess, are just stuck in their ways. Are just comfortable or they're dying in and or three. It's a lot to do with culture.
Exactly.
And it's true, it's like when you break it down, there's like malicious intent to deharmonize and like lower the vibration of certain people and certain areas. And it's like, that's a part of it too. It's like, what am I contributing to?
True.
I'll say this, when I was 11 years old, my father passed away from his second heart attack. He was diabetic, he was pissing out of a tube. I watched him deteriorate my youngest years of my life. For like years and years, just deteriorate, taking pharmaceutical drugs and just kind of basically dying slowly because of what he chose to eat. To me, I'd rather spend an extra $1 in either organic or something healthy now and live longer than try to cut corners when,
I'm with you. Like make the choice now instead of...
So this is what I actually did. And I don't necessarily agree with him with saying, live longer, because I knew a lady who wasn't vegan and who smoked cigarettes and lived to like 105, so, or like 106 or something crazy like that. So that's not necessarily true. I would say the quality of life, just like waking up, not feeling bloated, always having, energy, not having to sleep for that long, just not feeling sluggish and tired and like exhausted and like just weighed down, don't have that feeling like it feels good to eat this way, like you definitely notice a difference and your body will definitely let you know that,
later.
Because
my mom was the same thing. She died. She was eating buckets of ice cream when she passed away. She died.
I'm sorry to laugh, but that's sad.
Now, choose now.
The more education that we can put out there, just like stuff like this is beautiful. That's what I was most anxious about, is learning more of what I'm trying to step into. I don't know if I'll ever give up chicken. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't know. I want to eat a lot cleaner chicken.
Do you guys have like cheat days?
Okay, bro. I don't know if he was necessarily trying to be funny, but bro, that's not funny, first off. And yes, you will, bro. Because once you taste vegan chicken, like I'm telling him, like, see, people be saying this, but bro, let them come over. I ain't gonna tell them, just like I do everybody else, all of my friends and whatnot, you know. I let them come over, cook for them. Don't tell them, you know, wait. Well, they'll see what I'm making, but you know, don't tell them, you know, that like it's vegan meat or whatever. And then, you know, once they done eating it, you know, because I can cook my ass off, you know, like they're gonna like the food, and then that's when I go and tell them that it's vegan, and then, you know, they want to be like, you know, like for the most part, you know, like. Their reaction is cool with it, but some people, you know, like, it's like, they'll still try to put up a fight. It's like, oh, you know, but, yeah, I could, you know, like, I noticed, you know, the texture was kind of off or something like that. They'll, you know, try to say something like that, but it's like, nah, bro, like, you know that shit's good. You know that you would not mind using that as an alternative. Like, it's not something that you gotta suffer with. Like, that shit is good as fuck, bro. Like, there's no denying that. There's no way around that, bro. I mean, like, if it's good, it's good.
Hell no. I am vegan 100% at the front line, ethical reasons, always, always, always. And that's why I don't think in 24 years I've ever gone back.
It was hard to try new things I didn't like, found tons of vegan food that I was like, oh God, what the fuck are you people eating? And then simultaneously realizing that there was options, you know, there's always choices, and it's always choices we make. Like you said, you may never give up meat fully, but it's like you're making a choice. You're at least thinking for yourself and making a decision, and like that's all you can ask people to do, is think for themselves.
Hell yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for real.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Over time, we're definitely in an age right now where things are definitely switching. I definitely have my head up and definitely getting better for it as a society and as a whole. But I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Let me know if y'all are vegetarian, or if y'all still vegetarian, vegan, or if you still happen to eat meat. You know, just let me know what you think about this video down in the comments, and I appreciate y'all for taking y'all's time and tuning in. I'll definitely stay positive.